Welcome everybody to another episode of Forgotten Coast Fishing. If you're new to the channel, my name's David and I fish inshore and offshore here in the Panhandle of Florida, showing you what I do to find and catch fish. So if you'll take a moment and hit that subscribe button, and if you're a returning viewer, I'd appreciate if you hit that as well. That goes a really long way to helping me to continue to bring you these videos. So what we're gonna start off with today is I had a viewer mention about chumming mangroves and did I ever do that, and I haven't done that on the channel, so we're going to start with that today and see if we can't chum up some of those and maybe even grab some on the bottom. So let me show you how I get that started and we'll get some lines out there. What I've got going already, I've got a chum bag, frozen block of chum in a bag sitting out there, and then I've got some sardines just that I've already kind of cut up, and I'm just going to kind of toss out to hopefully get these fish stirred up. The current's flowing behind us, and so the reef is about 100 feet off to our stern. So I've positioned us that way so that this chum and these parts of this fish will just kind of drift back onto the reef and hopefully pull them back to us. All right, while we're waiting on that chum to get things going, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this knocker rig down. This is a 1/2 ounce sinker on a 1/0 circle hook on a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. And on that, I'm going to put just a little piece of shrimp. Mangroves are a little bit particular, a little bit skittish, and you need to use a light presentation, fluorocarbon, that kind of thing. So we'll see if this grabs something at the bottom while we're waiting on this chum. All right, got him. All right, he feels decent, man. This is just a little 1/0 circle hook, 1/2 ounce weight, knocker rig, triggerfish. Well, these are in season. They need to be 15 inches, but he's not going to be 15. What I did to catch that triggerfish, you know, this 1/2 ounce weight's going down pretty slowly, so it's ending up drifting, kind of like the chum does, which is the whole idea. But I'm just letting it go to the bottom and then just kind of keeping my bail open and letting the kind of drift take this where it wants to go. If these are mangoes, it's not going to look too out of place to have something just sort of drifting by with the bail open rather than close it. Oh, got him again, y'all. Yeah, all I'm doing is just letting it sink to the bottom slowly, going with the current, letting him kind of grab it a second, and then closing my bail, and he's here. And it's another triggerfish. Let's measure him. I think he's going to be a little short. Yeah, he was just 14. 1 inch short. Man, look at this. That's why you keep a jig ready. Oh, here he is. Got him. Got him. All right. Has a kingfish? I think it is. Yep. Oh, there's another one. All right. Look at this kingfish. All right. Always keep a jig ready when you see some kind of birds working, or, you know, some kind of predator fish attacking bait on the surface. You wind up getting something like this. All right. No, this is a big Spanish. Holy cow. All right. Look at this. Well, he's going to go in the box. Man, I thought this was a kingfish by its size, but on closer inspection, look at this dorsal fin. When it's tall like that and it's, you know, black, that indicates a Spanish mackerel. Plus, one's king mackerel, these big, typically don't have this darker yellow spots on him. So he's a lively one, but since he's a Spanish, he's going to go in the box. King mackerel and Spanish mackerel will sure destroy your boat. Best to go ahead and get it washed down if you can. Makes for easy cleaning later. All right, I'm going to try this jig again. I retied this up with 50-pound mono leader now. Here he is. Got him. Got him. All right. Oh man, we got him. Let's see what this is. Oh, God, a lot of good weight to him. A lot of good weight to them. Oh man, it feels like an amberjack. I mean, a small one. Man, what is this? Amberjack's in season, but I doubt this is a keeper. They've got to be 34 inches. This will be a lot more for me to handle if this was a 34-inch amberjack. Yep, it is an amberjack. That is a nice amberjack. We may have to measure this one. Let's see. I really like to use the net. Wow, y'all. A lot bigger than I thought he was going to be. A lot bigger. Holy smokes. I don't know. 34 is a big fish. I don't know if he's quite that big, but 29-inch amberjack. Now they got to be 34 to keep, so we're going to go ahead and get him back down. But that's a nice, fun amberjack to catch. All right, there you go, amberjack. All right, what I caught that amberjack on, like I said, this is a 50-pound mono leader, and this is a 1-ounce Spro bucktail jig. I like these guys a lot. And then this is a 30-pound braid. This is a Talus Shimano PX medium rod, and this is a Battle 5000. So that's a pretty light setup for such a big amberjack like that, but you know, we were able to get them in. All right, I'm going to go ahead and change things up since we know there are amberjacks there, and maybe we could get a keeper today. But this is a Shimano 168 vertical drop jig. Oh, got him, y'all. Got him. All right, on the jig. Let's see what this is. All right. Man, he's taking off. Man, he's coming up to the surface. This is like it's a king. Oh, did he get off? No? Man, what is this? Yeah, we got a kingfish. Or maybe another big Spanish. Wow. Look at what's after it. Holy cow. Man, what is that? Is this an amberjack after it? Holy smokes. Look at this, y'all. Man, good Lord. Look at this. Let's get this guy up so we can... Man, we had some 3 or 4 amberjacks. There they are right there. Man, just hightailing it after this king. Or is this a Spanish? I think it's a king. That was crazy, man. The amberjacks weren't much bigger than the king. Wow, we got craziness going on over here. As you can see, this dorsal fin is not as tall and black like on that Spanish. But I'm going to get this king back. I'm not going to be keeping kings, but he's a nice kingfish. Make a good fish dip. All right. Well, this was unexpected. You know, we're out here trying to catch those mangroves using a 1/2 ounce weight with a little small 1/0 circle hook. Next thing you know, we're catching amberjack and big kingfish with amberjack chasing the kingfish. So I've got that chum bag still sitting out there, so we'll let that kind of soak out there and kind of have fun with these other fish and see if we can't grab some kind of other big keeper while they're all fired up right now. All right, it's time for a move. All we're getting is these smaller triggerfish. This is the second reef I've gone to in this area, and it's kind of the same thing, just small triggerfish. Tried the jig to see if there was any amberjack around or something else that would take this, but no luck with that. So we're going to get on to another reef and see what we can do there. All right, so I've moved out to a deeper reef. We're at about 80 feet of water. And so I got my chum bag out. I'm starting to kind of chum with the cut up fish. But I'm going to go ahead and drop a standard chicken rig down with some squid just to kind of see what's down here. Did he get off? No, he's still here. Yeah, he doesn't feel like he's got much to him here, but this was, yeah, little triggerfish. Well, we moved out 6 more miles or so and getting the same thing we had up there, but maybe there's some bigger ones out here since it's a touch deeper. All right, so our bottom machine is looking really good with a lot of good marks. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of continue to do this chicken rig. I changed to some 3/0 circle hooks with a 4 ounce weight at the bottom, and you know, see if we can't pull up a keeper trigger, since that seems what is down there. But while that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and set out flat line with a stinger type rig on it, because we very well could catch a, you know, king mackerel roaming around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these sardines that I've been using for chum, and I'm just going to butterfly it, just basically kind of fillet it from the tail to almost the head, and then if you flip it over, you can do the other side. Then you can tear this middle backbone part off. That'll be a little chum. That'll just give it a little more scent. When I rig these stinger rigs up, I use a kind of a single hook at the front. That's so I can kind of go up under the chin and out the top part of the head. That's going to give me kind of a solid hold with it. And then with the treble hook, you can just bury it in the back like that. We have next to no current, no wind. Nice and flat out here, but there's not a lot of water movement, it seems. But we'll kind of see what happens with that. Got kind of a somewhat light drag, so we don't lose our rod in all this. And while I'm using my chicken rig, I'm just going to let that sit. Definitely triggerfish down there. 1, 2, 3 little swipes at this squid and it's gone. Trademark of triggerfish. Okay, got him. Oh man, seems like got a little more weight to him than some of the others. Not able to just winch him in like some of the others. Oh, we got a double. Check it out, y'all. Got a double. Either one of them are going to be keepers, but that's kind of cool. Whoa. Oh man, it's a barracuda. Man. See if he'll hit this jig. Oh, a nice barracuda. Man, where did he go? That would be cool. Where is he? Where is he? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Let's sink a little bit. Come right on this side. Man. Better check that fish right there. Need to put a cork on that flat line. It's just sinking straight to the bottom, and probably the triggerfish are eating it to no end. All right, well, let's keep our eye out for him again. Have that ready if we need it. All right, let's deal with this here. Imagine there's nothing left on this. Yeah, let's get this rigged up with a cork so it can kind of sit out there. Maybe attract that barracuda. Oh, here we go. Oh, this one just came and grabbed it. All right. I like the feel of this. Man, he just came and snatched it. So I was kind of dropping it back to the bottom. Oh, red snapper. That's why. All right, that's why that felt so good. A red snapper, but he's not in season. All right, yeah. Looks like we got another decent one. Hopefully it's our keeper trigger. Oh, just another snapper. Oh, a lane snapper. Check him out. That's a hefty lane snapper. Man, that is a big lane snapper. Now these we can keep, so we're definitely putting him in the box. All right, let's get a measurement on him. This is a total length. So he's about 17.5. So that's a nice lane snapper. Very nice lane snapper. We have dinner tonight, definitely, with that lane snapper. Oh, there he goes again. Oh, man, is it the same one we just had? Oh, he came up and just snatched it the same way. Man, it's a good one. It's a good one. Maybe a big trigger. But I guess this is a red snapper. Yep. Big old red snapper. Man, this would have been nice. Look at this one. Look at that red snapper. A 3/0 circle hook. Wow. Man, that would have been a nice keeper if it was in season. 24-inch red snapper. Look at that. Man, that's a nice one. Too bad he's not in season. Just a couple more weekends to go. Let's get him back. Oh, got him. This is a good one. Wow. All right. Let's see what it is. Feels like the old red snapper, but could be our keeper trigger. Oh no, it's a double trigger. Double trigger again. But neither one of those are going to be a keeper. Oh, got him. All right. All right, let's see if we can get him up before the dolphin does. Oh, come on. Oh man, don't fight too hard. Oh, oh man. Wow. Is that a vermilion? Wow. Nice vermilion and a trigger. Look at that. Just check him. I'm pretty sure he's too small. Yeah, 14.5. But this vermilion's going to go in the box. All right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. You know, our target this morning was those mangrove snappers. Didn't get any, but you know, we caught a lot of fish today, a whole lot of fish. And we got some nice fish to go in the box and bring back home to eat. If you like this video where I give you on the water action and show you my tips and techniques for finding and catch fish, I would surely appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. So until next time, I hope to see you on another episode of Forgotten Coast Fishing.